The Supreme Court of India initiated an in-house probe into Justice Yashwant Varma of the Delhi High Court following the recovery of huge amounts of unaccounted cash in his official residence. The pile of cash was accidentally recovered from his house while dousing a fire. When the fire broke out, Justice Yashwant Varma was not in town and his family members had called the fire brigade and the police. After the fire was doused, first responders found a huge amount of cash inside a room. They took pictures and videos of it and alerted their seniors. The matter was then reported to the higher-ups in the government, who in turn informed the Chief Justice of India. This led to Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna convening an extraordinary meeting of the Supreme Court Collegium on Thursday evening to discuss the matter. The Supreme Court has also sought a report from the Delhi High Court Chief Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay. Earlier, the Supreme Court Collegium recommended the transfer of Justice Yashwant Varma to his parent Allahabad High Court. Meanwhile, in a strongly worded letter to the Chief Justice as well as all the judges of the Allahabad High Court, the Allahabad High Court Bar Association has opposed the proposed repatriation of Justice Yashwant Varma. And now we have Mr. Sanjay Chadha, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, now joining us. Sanjay Chadha, thank you so much for being with us. I spoke to a few lawyers as well. This entire in-house inquiry is being questioned.
Look, way back, I think in 1999, this procedure of all the corruption cases or something like that, any inappropriate thing about or grievance about a judge is to be looked after by this in-house committee, which will adopt an in-house procedure. And it was devised by the Supreme Court only, and it was way back in the year 1999. And you are very right that there are, we have also read today, I have also read it somewhere, where we have seen that they are criticizing this kind of activity. This kind of, in-house procedure should not be adopted. This is what is stated by them. You are correct on that.
One is the fact that, there has been never in the history of India where a judge has been impeached, a High Court judge has been impeached. But that's what Justice Yashwant Varma is up against at this stage, depending upon what happens with the inquiry.
As you, if we have to see this kind of activities, I would say we have to go into the root of the problem. Everyone knows that, in the society, corruption is going on, and corruption is since since the inception of men, this conception, the concept of corruption is there. Slowly, gradually, something or the other is there. Now, in that background, we have to see, as far as the higher judiciary is concerned, what is the status, how it is happening, whether we are well equipped from the time of the appointment of judges, what the procedure we are adopting, what is the process of appointment of judges, whether that is correct. This is a very big. This kind of cases, when they come into light, they put across a question mark on that process also. So first and foremost, what I feel is that there is a need to really look into, sit back, see what is how the procedure, whether it is a foolproof, what is how you select the judges, and all that thing. I think that is very, very crucial, very important.
Right.
And as far as impeachment, you have said, a judge cannot be removed. Very true. Judge cannot be removed. Today, in your 2 minutes back only, you have said that what is the Bar Association of Allahabad has said. Mr. Varma is from Allahabad High Court only, from that bar. That bar has said that how Supreme Court has sent him back. We are not accepting it, number one. Number two, do you think that we are trash bin you are sending? So something of that. Uh, Really, it is a painful matter, and it is what requires lot of we need to think about it, how to get rid of this kind of things.
Okay. Stay with us.
As far as impeachment, you have asked the impeachment, you have rightly said that till date, there is not even a single case where successful impeachment has happened. There are few occasions where the impeachment proceedings are started, but the moment they were about to go for voting or something like that, either the judges have resigned or the process have not moved forward. So certainly, it is a big, just see 75 years of our own countries. In last 75 years, not even a single case.
Right. That's a telling statement. Stay with us, Mr. Chadda. Let's also listen to some of the reactions that are coming in.
The issue of corruption within the judiciary is a very serious issue, and this is not something that has been articulated by senior counsel and lawyers in this country for the first time. It's been going on for years, and public statements have been made. So I think that it's time for the Supreme Court to start looking at issues of how the appointment process should take place, that it should be more transparent, appointments should be more carefully done. There's another judge of the Allahabad High Court, as you know, against whom the collegium called him for an explanation, and he chose not to respond to their direction that he should apologize. This is what I've heard. I mean, I'm not myself privy to any of this. And thereafter, the Supreme Court collegium has kept quiet. Now, that also sends a wrong signal, if these facts are correct. If these facts are not correct, then, of course, my statement is also inaccurate. But it sends a wrong signal. That means that a judge can say what he wants to say, and conduct himself in whatever manner he wants to conduct himself, and the collegium will remain silent and not take any proactive action. That also sends a wrong signal to the public at large, because corruption is a serious issue, not just within the judiciary, but in society.
This morning we have read about a shocking case of huge amounts of cash unearthed at the residence of a judge of the Delhi High Court. Earlier, 50 members of parliament have submitted a notice to you regarding certain remarks that were made by a judge of the Allahabad High Court. You yourself have repeatedly called into question the urgency for judicial accountability. You have in fact directed the leader of the House on this issue. So I request that you please make some observations on this and give necessary directions to the government to come up with a proposal for increasing judicial accountability.
The report came out in the press today. Since morning, the lawyers are all shaken and shocked by this news. There should be a corrective measure taken immediately so that it doesn't recur. The truth of the incident should also be found out and remedial steps be taken so as to maintain the faith of the common man in the judicial system. After all, it is the litigant who comes to the court. Lawyers and judges are only to assist him in seeking justice. If his faith is shaken in the judicial system by the incidents as reported in the news today, the judicial system will collapse. Already choked by the number of pending cases here, it requires an overall cleaning. That's my response.
Right. Mr. Sanjay Chadda, tell us how big an issue is this for India's judiciary at this stage? Because the words are being used like the judicial system will collapse, if action were to be taken. But the fact of the matter is that, nobody is above the law, not even a judge.
Very true. It's a shocking incident, I must say. The person, all the litigants, all the people of the country, we always, there is an old saying people always say in this country that all the systems of India are really collapsing with the political, executive, this, that. But judiciary is the one where everybody has the faith. And then such incidences are really going to damage the image of the judiciary. That is one aspect. As the other people have said, transparency, accountability, these are the very, very crucial Aadhar Stambh. They are the most important pillars. And if judiciary, which is the very important pillar of the system, if that sees such incidences, really it is shaking. It is everybody who's a part of, all of us are really not liking this kind of thing coming in front. There is a need that whatever has happened, the truth should come out. And if so, I am using a very hard term, the court, whether through in-house procedure or whatever, there should be an action. And that's what will reinstore the confidence in the litigants, confidence in the masses on the judiciary. So,
Right.
as we always say, justice should not only be done, it should be seen to be done. Everybody should see that, yes, in case you are involved, as Kapil Sibal ji was saying,
Right.
that it is in all spheres of life, corruption should be taken with a very heavy burn, heavy hand. So that's what is required here also. This is what I can say at this stage. Nothing more than that.
Right, fair enough. We'll leave it at that, but let's also listen to some of the other reactions that are coming in on this big story that we're tracking.
जुडिशरी में करप्शन एक सर्वविदित वो है कि जुडिशरी में करप्शन है और आज से नहीं है, बहुत पहले से है। और हमारी जुडिशरी के जो महामहिम हैं जिनको इसके ऊपर एक्शन लेना चाहिए, उन्हें भी मालूम है, लेकिन इसको ठीक करने के लिए और करप्शन को दूर करने के लिए कोई ऐसा उपाय नहीं किया गया आज तक कि ये दूर हो सके। करप्शन बढ़ती जा रही है और आम आदमी को इसका फल भुगतना पड़ता है। आजकल तो लोग यहाँ तक कहते हैं कि बजाय इन द कोर्ट ऑफ श्री सो एंड सो, वो ये लिखना पसंद करेंगे इन द शॉप ऑफ श्री सो एंड सो।
Well, it's a very serious matter because judges are expected to be in a, expect a lot of people, trust is there in the functioning of the judiciary. And if this kind of cash is discovered in the residence of a judge, either this is a matter which is almost a week old now, so probably there is no explanation forthcoming from the judge. And if there is no explanation forthcoming, then this has to be taken very seriously. And in my view, transferring is not a solution. Because transferring, if he starts, if he's doing this kind of a thing and if he goes and does it in his parent high court, that really is not a solution. So he should be asked to, first there should be a small in-house inquiry, and if in the inquiry there is no proper justification, which is very unlikely for him to have any justification to have this kind of cash at his residence, then he should be asked to resign, and if he doesn't resign, then he should be asked to not hold court till the impeachment process is started. So I think it's a very serious matter, and it really shakes the credibility of the institution, which is the judiciary. And everybody relies upon the judiciary as the last arbiter of their disputes. And if they feel that even judges are, not above board, then it's very damaging for the institution.
Transfer is a normal thing. This is not a stigma. And it is appropriate when such allegations, I am not admitting that there can be any, really there is any situation of corruption, because I feel sometimes some people who are not getting favorable result, they may also plant. And here I feel when the judge was himself not there, family members were not there, and such thing happens, fire happens, and then video being made, I feel there is some suspicion, and the collegium of the Supreme Court should make thorough inquiry. There is nothing wrong in transfer, but we should not expect any resignation from the honorable judge. If a judge resigns in this situation, then there will be no independence of judiciary in the country.
Union Minister for Women and Child Development Annapurna Devi today strongly condemned the recent judgment by Justice Ram Manohar Narayan Mishra of the Allahabad High Court. The Allahabad High Court judge had ruled in favor of two men who had challenged a lower court's decision to summon them under charges of rape. Reacting sharply to the judgment, Annapurna Devi said that such a ruling would send a wrong message to the society while urging the Supreme Court of India to take note of the matter. Many other women leaders have also criticized the judge.
हमें लगता है कि इस तरह की टिप्पणी कहीं भी शोभा नहीं देती, मतलब और इसके वजह से चूंकि बहुत सारे ऐसे डिसीजन हुए हैं उस पर भी प्रभाव पड़ेगा और इससे गलत करने के लिए लोगों की और मानसिकताएं बढ़ेंगी। तो ये टिप्पणी हमें लगता है कि इस तरह की टिप्पणी नहीं देनी चाहिए और निश्चित रूप से ऐसे मामलों में बहुत सेंसिटिव होकर और खास करके जब उच्च न्यायालय में अगर इस तरह की बातें हो रही है तो जो भी वर्डिक्ट आते हैं तो बहुत गंभीरता के साथ वर्डिक्ट नहीं, इसलिए कि इस टिप्पणी के माध्यम से समाज में गलत प्रभाव पड़ेगा और आज हम देख रहे हैं हर और इस तरह की घटनाएं घट रही हैं। बहुत सारे मामले हमारे पास आते हैं, बहुत सारे मामले पूरे अखबार के माध्यम से भी हम लोग देखते हैं। तो इस निश्चित रूप से समाज में इसका गलत प्रभाव पड़ेगा और रिश्तों में भी खास करके एक जो हमारा रिश्ता है निश्चित रूप से इन सारी चीजों पे भी असर होगा।
Justice Mishra, the Allahabad High Court judge, while hearing a petition, had said that grabbing breasts, breaking strings of pajamas are not sufficient to hold rape charges. He even ordered a POCSO court to alter the offence of rape into that of assaulting or abusing with an intent to disrobe or compel her to be naked. Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has stated that there is no question of protecting anyone in connection with the honey trap case. In the latest, Karnataka's BJP MLA, Basanagowda Patil Yatnal, had written to State's Home Minister G. Parameshwara requesting that the case regarding alleged attempts to honey trap ministers and political leaders be handed over to the CBI. Leader of the opposition R. Ashoka, Araga Jnanendra, MLA Sunil Kumar and Minister K.N. Rajanna raised the issue of a honey trap in the assembly, demanding answers. They urged the dismissal of those responsible and insisted that the Chief Minister respond in the assembly to uphold its dignity. They also called for a judicial inquiry. Responding to these demands, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah reiterated that Home Minister Parameshwara had already addressed the allegations made by the Minister and SC/ST leader K.N. Rajanna. The Chief Minister said, and I quote, "Once a complaint is filed, then an inquiry will be done. There is no question of saving anyone. Already Home Minister Dr. G. Parameshwara has ordered a high-level inquiry," unquote. Let's now listen to some of the reactions coming in on this big story from Karnataka.
ಶಾಸಕರುಗಳು ಮಾಜಿ ಶಾಸಕರುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಪೆನ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಮಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಡೆಯಾಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ತಂದು ಅದು ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 48 ಜನರ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಅಶ್ಲೀಲ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏನು ಪೆನ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ಗಳನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಆ 48 ಸರಿಸುಮಾರು 48 ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಮುಖಂಡಗಳದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇತರೆ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳದ್ದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾವೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳು ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೂ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಾಗೆ ಆ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳ ಪೆನ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಗೃಹ ಸಚಿವರ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒತ್ತಾಯವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ತೇಜೋವಧೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶೋಭೆ ತರೋದು. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿ, ಯಾರೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿ, ಆ ರೀತಿಯ ತೇಜೋವಧೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗಳೇನಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ್ಯ ಆಗಬೇಕು.
Senior Cabinet Minister Satish Jarkioli had confirmed that couple of his cabinet colleagues are the victims of the honey trap. Meanwhile, on the floor of the House, Cooperative Minister Rajana himself has accepted that he has been the victim of the honey trap, and is also said, and his son is also victim of this, and has also said one more very important aspect, that more than 45 senior leaders and national leaders are also the victim of this honey trap, and is also demanded Honorable Home Minister Parameshwar that this matter needs to be dealt seriously and thorough investigation is required. So cut across political party, everybody is of the same opinion, because this kind of episode was unheard of. Honey trap on cabinet ministers and MLAs, it's really unheard of. Bharatiya Janata Party and all political parties, we demand a serious investigation has to be taken place. I demand the CBI is the right authority, appropriate authority to carry out this investigation.
Highlighting the ongoing struggles of Dalits and tribals for equal access to governance and education, Congress Party leader Rahul Gandhi questioned the merit system in India. He slammed those opposing the caste census, saying that they wanted to keep the truth hidden. According to Rahul Gandhi, the notion of merit is an unfair idea. He says the entire narrative of merit is an upper caste narrative.
Like, I've had discussions with people about the caste census, where I'm saying, look, all we're doing is exposing the truth.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
And they will say to me directly that no, one must not expose this truth.
Yeah.
Oh, why not? Right? That unfairness is taking place in front of your face. You've got the constitution that says all Indians are equal. It is absolutely crystal clear what is going on, and you just don't want to accept it. There is a completely flawed concept of merit, where I confuse my social position with my capability. Because for anybody to say that our education system or our bureaucratic entry systems are fair to Dalits and OBCs and tribals, I mean, that's just a complete fallacy, because they're culturally not connected to these communities at all. So the entire narrative is an upper caste narrative. This notion of merit is actually itself an unfair idea. No, but there's another bigger problem, which is that the history of the Dalits, the history of the OBCs, the histories of tribals has just been eliminated. I never heard of a Dalit narrative. And then at the same time, there is this idea that is being pushed by the RSS and the BJP, right? Which is basically to destroy their history, to destroy the history of the Dalits and the Adivasis and the OBC. That history is not available through the main education system. An upper caste boy or girl who's going to a school in New Delhi has no idea about this. You know, that's how they can say things like, oh, I don't see any caste discrimination. Obviously, you don't see caste discrimination.
In the curriculum now, you rightly mentioned that they are taking out those Ambedkar, Dalit Panther, discrimination.
See, what they're doing, they've realized that they need to give lower castes an avenue. So what they've done is they've given the lower castes the avenue of representative politics. and they've said whoever wants to become MLA, whoever wants to become MP can become. In fact, we will make them. BJP will make them. And then what they've done is they've taken the power out of the representation system. And where is the power? The power is in the institutional framework except the representative framework. Yeah. So the power is in the bureaucracy, the power is in the corporate India, the power is in the intelligence agencies. So it's a little trick that they're playing, which is कि भैया हाँ आपको representation दे देंगे, and representation means nothing. Yeah. That's to me what's going on. So,
देखिए ये सो कॉल्ड सेकुलर जमात का सांप्रदायिक जमघट है, वो हर संवैधानिक सुधार पर सांप्रदायिक प्रहार करने का आदी बन गया है और उनको लगता है कि इस तरह के जो भी संवैधानिक सुधार है उस पर सांप्रदायिक वार करके उस सुधार को हम रोक देंगे या रोक पाएंगे, ये उनकी गलतफहमी है। वक्फ सिस्टम के जो वर्तमान स्वरूप है उसमें जो संवैधानिक सुधार की दिशा में आगे देश बढ़ा है उसमें जो है वो रुकने वाला नहीं है और जितनी भी इस तरह के हाहाकार, हंगामे, हड़बोंग, हड़कम मचाने की लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं उसको उनका फायदा होने वाला नहीं। जो वक्फ सिस्टम में जो संवैधानिक सुधार है वो मुल्क के लिए भी जरूरी है और मजहब के लिए भी जरूरी है।
And with that, it's a wrap here from my side. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.